live, live.
So we are live. How do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Let me just check once. And
One
yeah,
second,
we are
one
live.
second.
Yeah, we are live. You are live. So hello guys. Obviously you know Saturday night. We obviously come on the same day regularity mentioning. And yeah, so many things has happened since we last met. I think we met yesterday evening, and that's the same thing. And England Australia have played out the second T20I at the Sophia Garden in Cardiff. Obviously squared up in the series, won back. England make a brilliant comeback in the series with chasing down the score. T20 blast is going on at the moment. The second semi-final has been going on. Surrey has been blasted up by Somerset, and Somerset has made their the defending champion Somerset have made their second consecutive final in the tournament. I think Gloucestershire is in their way to meet Somerset in the final. Surrey hasn't really performed well. Sussex hasn't really performed well. In other stories, the Pakistan's World Cup is going on. Babar Azam has looked to be in good touch. 70 runs he made yesterday for the Stallions against the team which had Shaheen Shafridi. That's the news of the other games. And then obviously the Lip Trophy is also going on. Tilak Verma has scored a brilliant century today. Uh, Abhimanyu Sharan is unbeaten on a century today for India A. Sorry, India B actually at Anandpur in the B ground. So that's another news round in domestic cricket. And obviously, we are just 4 days before the start of the first test between India and Bangladesh in Chennai, and 3 days before the start of the Sri Lanka's test match at Galle against New Zealand, both of which are going to be part of the World Test Championships third cycle. So these are the news, and I'm joined by two of my guests. Ritik is there, Abhishek is there. Hello, guys. First of all, we're gonna mention the last evening. We're gonna look back at the T20I game at Cardiff. Where do you feel that I'm gonna come to Ritik first? Where do you feel it went wrong for Australia yesterday? They made a great start as they did. With the bat, they were terrific with the bat in the power play. Probably said made a good start before he lashed out. JF and Jack Fraser McGurk make a 50. But then they went off against the spinners and then against the bowling. And Liam Livingstone played a brilliant knock. Why do you feel it went wrong in the batting department for Australia, Ritik?
Yeah, so first of all, hello everyone. And yeah, we are live once again. And so coming to Shubhradip's question, uh, so actually, if you see in the first game, I mean, even in the first game, if I talk, so I mean, it was a not you can say a completely one-sided contest. So the defeat margin was not much. And in the second game as well, I don't think that I mean Australia as such went completely wrong. It was only that I would say that England were a bit more sensible, although they lost a couple of wickets. If you see, they only won by 3 wickets. So I
Yeah,
mean, they lost 7 wickets in the end. So I mean, no, nothing against Australia or no as such that complete failure, I would say. But yeah, kudos to England, I have to say. I mean, the way they handled themselves. So at one time, I was thinking that okay, so lot of wickets going and maybe England can just make a mess, but no, they were sensible enough.
yeah, they are. I think JFM scored a brilliant half century, as I mentioned. Or before we spoke about it, I think we have just pinned a comment. We'll come back to it. Before watching, we have a comment being pinned on the short story, second short story, the short video
Yeah.
we have made. Shaptoshi has made a video on today's special account, OTD, on this day, 14th September 2007. India Pakistan played their first T20I game between the T20 World Cup 2007. I think it was in Joburg. Yeah, Bullring. Yeah, Bullring. They played the game.
In South
Obviously,
Africa.
No, I guess
Yeah,
it
South
was in
Africa.
Durban, is it? Yeah,
Oh,
Durban, I
sorry, it was
guess.
in Durban. Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
Kingsmead, Durban. Um,
But safe to say it was in South Africa.
it was in
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Africa. Obviously, the whole tournament was in
Yeah.
South
And
Africa.
the
But
first
yeah,
and perhaps the last ever bowl out.
the first and last ever bowler, as they mentioned. Obviously, then ICC realized, and it just kind of getting a bit funny. The rules getting a
Mm.
bit funny, so they changed it and bring the super over
It
news.
was yeah.
Any memories, you guys? Because I don't know how aged you guys were at that point of time, but do you guys
I
remember
was
any?
I think 9 years, 8 years old. So no, I don't remember. But I remember a story from Pakistani player Yasir Arafat. He told
Yeah,
a story that like when they were practicing, this Pakistan team was practicing. They saw MS Dhoni and his team already
Yeah,
practicing bowlouts during before
yeah,
the match, as Dhoni already anticipated that this kind of situation could happen, and they could laugh at what they are doing. Instead of
Yeah,
practicing, they are just doing all this kind of stuff, and it later turned out it was helpful. And
it was.
one more
And that was
thing
what
about Dhoni's brilliant mind was that he bowled with spinners in that bowl out, whereas
yeah.
Pakistani bowlers had to bowl with the
I
pacers,
think
and they were bowling
Umar
with
Gul was there among the two or three or four people who bowled. I think Umar Gul was there in the bowl out.
and they were bowling
yeah,
with shortened run up, so they were not getting the rhythm because they are fast bowlers. They need to bowl with a long rhythm. If the rhythm gets
Yeah,
shortened, they will be not able to hit it, and that was a, I think, tactical blunder made by them.
I think
So
that
yeah.
was
So
the
Saptarshi is
first time.
commenting that that was MSD's first match. Yeah,
Yeah, first
I
match
guess
international
so.
captain. I think that was the first sign to show that how much I hate MS is as a captain. He knew that at one point of time it will come to a point where you have to kind of ball out and you have to practice it. And having practice always helps. And he was also the difference is that he used to stand at the wicket stump so to make sure the bowlers can understand the line with a
exactly.
straight line stump line,
So
which
and
wasn't
Pakistani
happen with.
keeper was standing behind the stumps, a lot
Yeah,
further away from the stumps.
I think Yasir Arafat, Umar Gul, and Shahid Afridi
Hyde
were the
Afridi,
three
Yeah,
bowlers.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I bowled him.
and I
And for
think
India, I think
Sehwag,
Sehwag,
Robin
Uthappa.
Uthappa, and
Yeah,
Harbhajan.
yeah, that's the one thing. So that was one of those things that was played. But I remember the score. Misbah, I think
Okay,
Misbah.
we have a comment from Sabdashi. I think it was in New Zealand. West Indies was the first ball out, I think.
Yeah, it
As
was. It
Sabdashi
was.
mentioned. I also remember it was. I think I watched some highlights. So yeah. But in
Oh,
a
I don't.
international tournament, I think
yeah.
it was
He's
the
Yeah,
first ball
mentioning
out.
the three players from India who were part of the bowl out: Sehwag, Robin,
yeah,
and Robin Uthappa and Harbhajan. Yeah,
I think that match was like the both India Pakistan matches were, I think, top notch
yeah.
that tournament. The final and that group stage match. And
And
I
yeah.
and
remember
It's
also the
Pakistani.
field placement of the last. Yeah,
yeah,
Mm,
the field placement of the last ball is something I always look back and seeing. Twite took a short cover, at the place. I missed by hit straight into the hands of Yuvraj in the last delivery, and it was the ball got out, and
yeah,
the game went into super
I
over.
think
It was
one
ruled
was
out at
needed
that
of
stage.
2 runs, and
Yeah,
yeah,
and Yuvraj
and
took it, and he didn't throw it at the moment of time. Most important, I've seen fielders just take it and throw it without any understanding of the ball, and he just ran to it, take the ball and into the stumps and bang on. It was a brilliant thing for the whole Indian team. T20 was quite new at that point of time. I think we're talking about almost
yeah.
17 years ago, so nearly a couple of decades. T20 was quite new to hold that kind of impression, to hold their own mindset, keeping the nerves in mind. That was quite a great
That
kind of a
yeah,
thing.
and that brings me to a question: that did India win any title? One-sided, I don't remember. Always it was like this, like, oh, we are going to lose, and then India suddenly wins. It hasn't been
Yeah,
always like that. Take it 1983, 2011. You could say a bit India would won one-sided, but other than that, 2013 Champions Trophy, everything like India gives up fans a lot of the pressure, and then they win.
and
So
they win. And that's the good thing, actually, they own. Otherwise, they have lost. But yeah, obviously, that was the story that Satoshi has made, and it's being pinned in the comment box, so you guys can go and check the whole experience. Also, we have made another one on yesterday. We have made a one on
yeah,
Shana and Mike Getting that will also been in the channel.
yeah,
You can go check it out on the shorts, shorts department. That's the one thing. There's going
and
back to the
those who are
England.
watching, who can they can let us know that what more stories you want to hear, and we can
Yeah,
all make and
we'll
in the
come back
future.
to it. Yeah, we'll come back to it, obviously. But yeah, going back to the England and Australia game, if you guys haven't watched the game, just reading out the story. Obviously, Travis said was the full captain for the game. Mr. Marsh was Arnold. Jack Fisherman could make a debut, make a comeback in the team. Hazelwood was rested because of keeping in mind the 30-20 and then the ODI series. Obviously, Australia made a great start. I think we had a bit of discussion before going out yesterday, and we were asked to guess the first inning score. I think I told
yeah.
195, and they finished too short of 195. They finished on
That's
193
pretty
for six.
close. That's a
Pretty
pretty good
close.
prediction. Yeah,
I think Australia lost a bit of a momentum in the middle of their batting order before Josh English actually scored that 42. of
I think
26.
they were around. I think in the middle of some three odd overs, they were around 40, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are 40 because Head just slapped everyone. Shakib Mahmood, Baden-Kurz. I think Baden-Kurz bowled pretty well. I think he is going to play the T20. It's a T20. I think the Test series is going to play in Pakistan, and he bowled with pace, some gas, and he bowled in a good line and length. It T20 is something that isn't about only showing your pace, but also foxing the batters with your variations. That's something that Baden-Kurz did. But I
Yeah,
think
that also brings me to a question. Yeah, the Indian
yeah,
bowling. Do you see anybody with who can trouble Pakistani batsmen on the flat pitches? Because as Mahid Rana did, I am not able so as
I
Wood
think
is ruled out, so that would be also a biggest factor.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think I'm not sure about Chris Oakes to be honest, because if I am being asked to be pretty honest, and the way England have chosen their playing 11, they haven't really depend on what they played yesterday. They have actually defended more on the conditions than what's before them, and that's why I think Chris Oakes may miss out in the first game. They may look at someone like a Gus Atkinson, propose to the gas,
I
90
think
mile,
Stokes Vokes is
85.
not there. I think
Yeah,
is
Oakes
he?
is there.
I
Oakes
think
is
his
in the
Vokes
squad.
is not
Yeah,
Vokes there.
Oakes
Okay.
is there in
okay.
the squad. His first away trip since 2022. I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gus Atkinson can be a good bowler on the track, bowls with pace. He has one of those guys who bowls a good line and length area on a consistent basis. So maybe Gus Atkinson, maybe that guy. I'm just forgetting his name. I just remember his name. I'm forgetting his name. The one guy from North,
It's
Ollie
Potts not
Stone.
there. Matthew Potts not there.
Matthew Potts can be a good
Matthew
option.
Potts is not.
Yeah, is there. He's there. Matthew Potts can be a good option at the point of time in the department. I think Ollie Stone with his pace can be a good
I think
option
last
on the
time Robinson also did well in that series, but
Robinson. Robinson did well. But obviously, Robinson hasn't played a lot of test matches for England in a recent years. So
mm,
I think his pace has also dropped a little bit. I think his average
Yeah.
speed is 130 odd, and that's something that England doesn't really get encouraged by McCallum and Stokes era. So this is something they have keeping in mind in the game, and maybe you can say Ollie Stone, Gus Atkinson, maybe they go with Bird and Course, they bowled pretty well. But my question was, how do you guys see these two guys? We had so many comments yesterday about Marcus Stoinis and Tim David. I'm coming to Abhishek. How do you see Tim David? Tim David has been struggling a lot. He started his career in a pretty good shape for Mumbai Indians, and then kind of blew off. I would say, if you see his T20 record, 51 T20 games, close to 1200 runs, strike rate of 160, average of 34.
but
That's quite great. But if you see his last few series, average down, strike rate not that great. So where do you see Tim David, and Marcus Stoinis also? I have to also remember Marcus Stoinis is getting a bit old, which is not the case with
Yeah.
Tim David. Tim David is 28 at the moment. So why do you see Tim David goes from here on?
we have to see the age of Team David. That how that
20, 28.
Yeah, I'm just checking. He's 28. Yeah, I confirmed that.
Yeah,
I think he's a good striker of the ball, and I think he has some weakness against spin. I think
yeah, he
so. That's
has.
why in middle order, I don't think he will be that much great against quality spin bowlers. I would say, but
Yeah,
I think as a finisher, I think Australia can go with him because he has that. Because on his day, he can smash anybody. We have seen
yeah,
in IPL and uh, T20s also. Yes, but I think the World Cup also it was not that great for him, and the series as you mentioned. So I think I think Australia. This form is a caution for Australia, but considering now that there is no T20 events, so I think he has time before the next T20 World Cup, and he can prove his medal.
yeah.
Uh,
True, true. But why is surprised when Mumbai left Pollard and replaced him with Tim David? Pollard is still striking the ball at a good
yeah,
distance in the CPL,
I think he
and
hit Rashid Khan for some consecutive sixes. Yeah.
wow, don't mention it. I think he made it for 4 6s in an over. So do you think that was a pretty, I would say, pretty immature kind of decision to drop Pollard and make him retire from the IPL and go with the Team David? Or you think that that was a right decision, keeping in mind the future? Where do you stand there? Hey, Utkarsh.
So Yeah.
because it's from the Rio. So yeah, going
And
back to
yes,
you.
guys, please shoot in your comments. So I think till now it's only been Saptarshi, and we would like to see more audience in the
Yeah,
comments.
obviously. Before I go to Ritik, I just mentioned the same question, Utkarsh. I'm just asking that: do you feel Mumbai is the right thing to replace Tim David with, replace Tim David with Karen Pollard? Do you think that was an immature decision to retire out? Yeah. Do you think Mumbai took an immature decision to retire out Karen Pollard and go with Tim David in the IPL? Do you think that was the right decision
Okay,
given
so
Tim?
Utkarsh is talking about what topic you're talking about since he
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
came
question
late.
currently we are dealing with.
Why do you see Team David? That's the ultimate question. Why do you see Team David at the moment? He's struggling, and I'm coming back to Ritik. What's thought?
Yeah, so the point you mentioned that Mumbai, the decision they took. So you see, Pollard, I mean, considering he's hitting it well even today, and I mean, so there's always this sort of dilemma that comes up. So whenever a good player, and I'm not just talking about Pollard, whenever a good player gets dropped in, and so when the management takes some bold decisions like that, I mean, obviously it is future oriented, to be honest, because ultimately you have to look beyond Pollard because there
Yeah,
never ever has it happened in cricket that one player will keep serving you forever. So ultimately you have to look beyond, and I think like Abhishek mentioned that Team David has his weaknesses against spin, but however he being a very powerful striker of the ball, and I have seen him hitting some really powerful shots. He can really, I mean, smash the ball on his day. And well, and given that Pollard is still very much involved with I think he can maybe help him groom, if not exactly like him, maybe some he can do something similar stuff. I'm optimistic. Of course, Pollard, see, you, some players are irreplaceable, the
yeah,
likes of Pollard, but
true.
yeah, I'm optimistic. And yeah, on his day he can really smash. He has that sort of Caribbean power, I
Um,
feel sometimes. Tim
Yeah,
David, yeah.
he has that great power from coming from a guy coming from Singapore. He has that kind of a power which he can
Yeah,
use
it's
certain.
actually unheard of. Normally we see such things in Caribbean and not
Yeah,
from
yeah,
other
yeah.
teams actually. Yeah.
True, true. So that was the first innings where Australia made 193 for 6 in their 20 overs. Aaron Hardley played a 20-run knock in
I think
9
Saptarshi
balls.
made a comment that Kiran Pollard has a good match awareness also.
Yeah,
Absolutely
So
agreed.
I remember
I
that
didn't see
game.
that for West Indies, but for Mumbai Indians, he has. So yeah,
I remember that game when he played that game against Chennai. Most of his great knocks have come against Chennai. That's a bit disappointing thing from a CSK fan point of view. I remember that game in Delhi. We'll come back to Utkarsh's comment, but before I mention the memory, I think it was Delhi and IPL 2021. I think they're chasing 220 odd, and they're five down in about 10 to 12 overs. And then Pollard scored that magnificent, I think he scored 70 odd of 30 deliveries and smashed Jadeja and everyone out of the park. And every time you just see Pollard, you think he's gonna score. He's gonna score. Yeah, CSK 2-0-2-1, RCB 2-0-2-2, that match. I mean, basically RCB more than RCB, the CSK. Every time he looks at CSK, he thinks this is my guy. I'm gonna smash them all around. I don't know. We have absolutely poor average below par record against Pollard. We always struggle as a CSK guy. Always struggle against Pollard. That's the thing. Okay, Utkarsh is saying IPL has a different quality as compared to the other league, and if you see stats after Rashid's injury, is not much effective. Jacks also hit Rashid
I
30 runs,
don't
but
think
at
so. Rashid Khan
5.
is still a wonderful bowler. I think in T20 World
But
Cup he was
what
brilliant.
I mean, Rashid Khan is one of, if not the best T20 bowlers. I have to say this. No matter
I
whatever
mean,
Not
happens,
just
injury.
T20 in One Day also. Yeah,
wide ball. It's the wide ball. He is at the moment the best
you see the
spinner.
current T20 World Cup. The
Yeah,
way he led the side, took his side to the
and
semi-final,
I think
beat
he has also
Australia.
developed his captaincy skills. Also, looked a great leader for Afghanistan, didn't he? So he's saying that. Well, see, I'm not really first about Pollard's decision. I don't know whose decision was it. Was it Pollard's own decision? Was it the management who kind of pushed him to take the decision? But at the moment you see at Pollard and you see at Tim David, you think always, when there is one of those players who have played for so many years, have played for, make you contributed so much for a team, you always want to keep them in your side. But then you have to also look at the future. And that's another
Yeah,
point you mentioned, Ritik, that under the grooming of Pollard, he will be groomed, Tim David. But the question stands: is he going to be retained? That's another question. So can they retain him and keep them under their wings? That's another question that will be standing up
yeah,
before we see the retention rules. So that's the point. Yeah, class and oil that. the Will Jack century that he made uh,
Yeah,
in Ahmedabad. I think yeah, it was Ahmedabad in Gujarat.
Gujarat. Yes, yes.
Sheet for 30 runs. But at the point of time, you have to remember that Jax was set. Jax was set, and Pollard had his own weakness against spinners. I remember he has been troubled by Rashid so many times. He has been troubled by Nareen
I
in the
think even
IPL.
Ashwin troubled him when he was playing for
Ashwin troubled
CSK.
him.
Yeah,
Ashwin troubled him so many times. And there are
and
spinners. There are
Yuzi Chahal. So the clever
huge
spinners,
chahal.
Yuzi Chahal. Yeah,
Okay, Utkarsh is also saying no, he is a good bowler, but after his shoulder injury, in known spinning wickets, his googly is not much very effective because his speed is dropped by 5 miles per hour. So people are consistently hitting him sweeps. Yeah, that's true. I think the shoulder injury has put a bit of a pressure on his. And also, when there's an injury for any bowler, you constantly think of things of it. You always keep that in mind. That what if I again get injured? What if an injured gets extended and get out of the action? And you have
But
to also remember in this current era, when the players know there's so much franchise cricket, you always look at the franchise team and say, if I get injured, I will miss that kind of a huge check. So you don't get injured in these days. You're saying
yeah,
something, Abhishek?
absolutely.
no, no.
Okay, that's
Everything.
right. But yeah, at the
Yeah,
point,
so
half.
the point he
Yes,
mentioned, Utkarsh, that's really a very good point. I mean, the shoulder
very,
injury.
very good
So
point.
even yeah, even if I talk, I mean, if we delve deeper into this matter, if you see bowlers like, so I'm giving you two examples. One, if
Yeah,
you see that of Rashid Khan, one you take of Yuzi Chahal. So if you see Yuzi's action, the dependence on shoulder is much less. But if you see
yeah,
Rashid at the point of bowling, when he's delivering the ball, he bends slightly, his head goes down, and the pressure falls on the shoulder. So yeah, shoulder injury, a very good point, I would say, and that's one of the technical aspects of Rashid's action. So a lot depends on
the
his
action.
shoulder, I would say.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
action
So
is, as you
shoulder,
mentioned, the
yeah.
action is pretty hard for Rashid, and that's why it becomes hard for the batters to pick him. I think he comes with so much pace rather than Chahal, who
And
usually
just at the
keeps.
point of bowling, he just, if you see carefully, I think you guys must have observed. So we are
Yeah,
all cricket fans. So yeah. So at the point of
no,
bowling,
but
he just bends his head, and then rolls his shoulder. So yeah,
yeah, and with Rashid, shoulder injury, one of those things that because he's a great fielder, always keeps him in the hotspot region. So injuries are
Yeah,
going to be part and parcel of his career. I have to. He is not like a Sunil Narine. He's not a Ravichandran Ashwin who will stand at third man and find leg area and just catch the delivery. He is a guy like a Maxi or
you have to.
AB.
Yeah,
He's
you
like
have
a
to bring the age
Hardik.
into consideration also. He is
Yeah,
very young now. He's
when you're getting
not.
older,
Yeah,
Jadeja is one of those guys who, when he has getting older, he always keeps in mind in his shoulder and legs, hips, knees. You have to keep remember the age is getting factored. You are not a guy when he's 20-year-old kid. You're getting a bit man, you're getting something. But yeah, 193 for six in the first innings. Why did you see? Do you guys think that England would be able to chase it down at that point of time? Australia, England
okay,
done or
so regarding that question, no, Utkarsh, one match is still remaining, and it's in a very good situation, 1-1. So decider match
1-1?
still to be held. Yeah.
now this
Yeah,
Australian team is very weak. I think. Yeah, because they're not playing any bowlers. Hazelwood was also dropped, so the bowling
I
was relatively inexperienced for Australia.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I think
also one of the
the
points.
selection point of view to mention. Yeah, discussion we are going on discuss. The Australia England discussion is going on at the moment. I was really surprised to see that England dropped Geoffrey Archer in a crucial game
Yeah,
when the game is the series is on the line. You have to win it to square the series. You drop Geoffrey Archer. I understand all the kind of physical abilities. They have to rest him, keeping in mind the ODS is coming. But that was a series on the line. Lost the game, and the series is done. You can always rest him for the third T20I, and even if they own, you can still keep him rested for the first third game, given the fact Australia will be under pressure also to win the series. Square up means both teams will stand at the same place. But had Australia won the second game, the series will be done and dusted, and you can easily give him a break. And that also actually tells me the indication is that England and all the kind of countries are thinking, are not actually putting much attention on the bilateral T20I series. That's the fact, to be honest. They're not putting much attention on bilateral T20Is. It's just because they have to earn the money. Just because the revenue, they're playing it. Otherwise, they would have easily dropped the bilateral T20Is at any aspect of the game. And Jofra, dropping Jofra, one of the decisions which indicates the same. But coming to the England's innings with the bat in hand, Phil Salt made a great start. 23 balls, 39 runs. He made three sixes. Will Jacks fail? Jordan Cox fail. But Liam Livingstone, what do you guys about think about Liam Livingstone at the moment? 47 balls, 87 runs, track get of over 180, six boundaries and five sixes. Obviously, if Punjab has been told to retain someone, Liam Livingstone should be one of them. But why do you see the power of Liam Livingstone? How do you stop a player like Liam Livingstone who depends on his power, Abhishek?
I think Leon Livingston on the issue thing also has been the inconsistency. I think because yeah, you could say that in last match he played well, but what about the remaining a lot of matches he has not performed, especially in the T20 World Cup and the matches before that also in the Indian series. If we start from, so
Yeah,
I think his inconsistency has been a lot in this format. But yeah, as I mentioned, like Tim David, on a given day he could smash anybody. He has that
yeah,
striking ability a lot. I remember six he to Harris Rav, that ball went out of the park, like I think one of the longest sixes. So he has that ability as a hitter. But I would like to see more being more consistent with the bat. And I think the reason England are still playing him because of his ability to bowl overs. I think that is the thing which is keeping him in the side, because
Yeah,
he could bowl those important crucial overs, and his income is good, I think. So decent. So that's why he's still in the reckoning in the T20 side.
yeah, he bowled
Otherwise,
actually well. I think 16 for 2 in 3 overs. So that's
I
so
think he has
pretty
put
economical.
that
over
Yeah,
that's the reason
over
Seattle is still keeping him. Otherwise, if
yeah
that bowling was not into consideration, he could have been dropped easily because
100 runs, over 100 in the series, and also had taken 5 wickets. That what do you want more in T20 series? He has done everything with the bat, with the ball. Okay, Utkarsh is saying that Australia lose this match because of poor selection. Hazelwood in place of Charming. So I think he's indicating, yeah, indicating whom? Indicating Team David or Marcus Stoinis. I think it's Marcus Stoinis is saying, and then one fast bowler
who
in
is
place of
no, no,
Charming
he
select?
was. I think in last live also he
Team
was
David.
mentioning.
I think it's
Uh,
Team David.
I guess so.
I don't know, because just please keep the real name in the brackets, so it will be easy for us to understand which player you're indicating. Australia lose the first this match because of poor selection. It's in place of that one player and one fast bowler in place of Stoin. Is Kanoy was the really worst in the whole match. He's a proper batsman, not a bowler. Yeah, he's still a young, he's still a kid. I have to say that Cooper Connolly is still a guy who is just 21, so hasn't had too much of experience. Australia is using him as a youngster. He's just checking how much he has been progressed in his T20 career, how where they can stand with him at the moment. I think Hazelwood was being rested. I can understand the decision because Australia won the game. Okay, Singapore Charmin Seller, best Charmin. Oh, was bad. So it's mentioning Team David, nothing else. Okay, but yeah, I think the fact is that Hazelwood was kind of rested because of keeping in mind that he played that one game and then just a 1 day travel day and then straight into the Cardiff, and then again if you lose the game you will have another chance. You can have a rest day and play the game in Manchester, and then just 3 days after you have a ODI series. It's going to be a pretty long ODI series. I don't see 5 match ODI series a lot in these days, so he will be there, and then have to keep it in mind, keeping him fresh for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, something which is coming. Australia's mind is
Has the squad been
Yeah.
announced for the ODI series?
yeah, already announced. Yeah,
Hmm.
Hazelwood is there. Stark will be back in the series. Baxter will be back in the series. So
Smith?
quite Steve Smith will be back. Marnus Labuschagne will be back. So quite a great series going to be.
Pat Cummins?
I think no, Pat Cummins has been rested. He'll play straight away in the fourth Test match for international fixture. I think he will play one of those 2 games for New South Wales and then straight into the Border Gavaskar Trophy against India in Perth. So yeah, so we're talking about the England innings. I think Jacob Bethel batted pretty well,
So they
40
are
ball or
now
20.
preparing for the Champions Trophy.
Yeah,
So this
Jacob
is
Bethel.
the squad for the Champions Trophy preparation, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
True.
otherwise, they
And
normally don't play full squad like
yeah, they
nowadays.
don't.
So
Don't. They know. I think good thing in Australia's selection. I am really amazed with how they select players now. They keep them fresh, keep them recovered, keep them station just to make sure they don't get drained up in this modern era where they play so many games. Matthew Short picked 5 wickets. Very good surprise looking at Matthew Short, 5 for 22 in just 3 overs. I think England gifted him a lot of wickets. So out of 7 wickets, Short picked two, one for Abbott and one for who picked one? I think it was okay. So sorry, two for Sean Abbott and five for Matthew Short. Others couldn't. Cameron Green was smashed for 24 in this two. Marcus Stoinis was smashed for 31. Now, 1-1, City Square. We're moving to Manchester for the tomorrow's game. Afternoon game tomorrow. Gonna be started around 7 in the evening in Indian
Yeah.
Standard Time. And there is weather permitting. I think it's gonna rain for the whole day. So I'm not sure whether you get to watch a whole game. I think next match JFM should open with head and short at 3 because she's saying first of all, we have to
yeah,
see how much overs are going to get for the game. To be honest, because to be honest, weather permitting in Manchester, I just checked the weather and it's saying 60% of rain or 60% of weather precipitation during the period of the game. So if the game is being shortened up, so you can easily go with JFM and head in the opening position. That will be pretty exciting. I think Head and JFM, two of the guys who are pretty exciting. Doesn't really bother about what's coming at them, just throw their bat at everything. So Ritik, are you seeing any kind of changes for Australia for tomorrow's game? Tomorrow decider, I would say.
Uh, I think, like I mentioned in the first question itself, that Australia didn't do much wrong. It was only, I think, England playing sensibly in the last
Yeah,
match, and I don't see many much changes because it's still 1-1. So it's not that Australia have been completely off track. And I think all they would say to themselves in the dressing room is just groom up and one more match. Come on, guys, and yes, we can win it. That would
yeah,
be what I should say. Not much changes actually. Abhishek, if you would like to add something.
I would
yeah.
bring Hazelwood back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he will anyway come back. After the game he played. I think I saw Zampa. What was the Zampa's figures yesterday? That's really something interesting. 4 over 37 runs. So Zampa is one of those guys who always takes wickets for Australia in middle overs. So Jacob Bitter actually smashed in for one of the sixes straight down the ground, and that shot actually indicates how great a player could be for England in the future. Something they
that
can look
catch
back.
drop also costed Australia a lot. When I think the last two overs of um Livingston.
Okay, Utkarsh is saying that one proper bowler is required in place of you know. If no, sorry, if you know. That's the point. One proper bowler is required. I know Hazelwood is coming back, but are they gonna drop Tim David? I'm not so sure about it. I think they're gonna drop Copper Connolly. Copper Connolly goes out and Josh Hazelwood comes in. That I think will be the only change. Maybe Mitchell Marsh make a comeback, but in place of whom? Then they may drop because JFM has scored a century. You're surely not gonna drop him. Josh Inglis has also scored 42 runs in 26 balls, so you're gonna drop him. So the difference will be either they're gonna drop Marcus Stoinis or Tim David or Chris Green. That's the one thing. But ODIC is coming, so maybe I'm gonna see some one of between Green and Stoinis getting dropped. Mitchell Marsh coming into the squad and Josh Hazelwood in place of Copper Connolly. For England, any changes you guys think?
No, I think Archer may come back in place of, but
Yeah, I
the
was
question.
about to mention that. Yeah,
Yeah, but again, for
but
whom?
yeah, considering will he be able to play five? I'd highly doubt, considering his fitness issues.
Yeah, if we drop tomorrow, I mean, if we keep him dropped for tomorrow, that will be one of those things that you're never sure about it. That maybe some injury concern because he is today in Birmingham. I saw him in the T20 Blast game that's going on at the moment. I saw him and Glaston is they are cheering for Sussex. That's
I think
lost.
Utkarsh, you
Utkarsh
are
is
really
back.
after Tim David. I think you are really after Tim David. He should apply for citizenship of Singapore. Oh man.
Oh man, because you hate Team David. I don't know. I don't know. I think Utkarsh is from North India. Didn't he mention he's from North India, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
He,
mentioned.
I
Yeah.
think so he's not a Mumbai fan or something. I don't know. He hates Tim David for some sort of reason. But maybe Tim David scored some runs against his team in the IPL, so maybe that's the reason why he hates Tim David the most. That could be one of those reasons. But yeah, Jeff Archer. Apart from Jeff Archer, I don't see any changes for England. That's the
Yeah,
point.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Jamie Overton was great. What do you say?
always
Back.
telling Bobby is greater than Tim David. I think for me that is a debatable question.
I have no comments on it, Utkarsh. I think you know better than that.
Okay, guys,
You
moving
can,
on. I think
yeah,
we forgot to mention, and we should have mentioned in the beginning. So, guys, we have also added a community post. Today's birthday of Mr. 360 of India,
yeah,
of course, Suryakumar Yadav. So, I
yeah.
would
That's
like
the
to
most.
know from two of my friends here. So, and also, of course, the audience can also please shoot their comments that any special moment and what are your thoughts on Suryakumar Yadav, the T20I batter?
Is there any
See,
better moment?
for me,
Is
yeah, like everybody will talk about that final, but that semi-final knock which he played with Rohit Sharma on that challenging slow service against England was, I think, is one of my favorite moments. I think because questions were raised a lot on him that whether he could perform in the big stages in the World Cup matches, and
Yeah,
the way he played in that semi-final, he showed us all, proved us all wrong. And the way he played, tackled the spinners, beat Adil Rashid and Livingston also in those middle overs. I think that
and his
set
range
up
of
the tone.
shots. I mean, apart from guys like ABD or maybe a couple of other guys, I haven't seen actually many who can
I
play
think
so well behind the wicket.
Utkarsh,
I mean, that is one
I think
aspect I
Utkarsh Bhatt
really
is also
appreciate.
telling about the
Yeah,
semi-final knock.
semi-final knock. So Abhishek, your thoughts, and Subhradeep, you can also add your points on that. So
well,
I mean,
my
his
my favorite.
short
Yeah,
coverage, yeah,
yeah.
across the ground. I mean, he can hit almost anywhere. Yeah,
My favorite moment was when he started his T20 career with the pull against Geoff
Geoffrey
Archer for
Archer.
six.
yeah,
Oh man, that was I mean quite gigantic. That was quite I have no adjectives to kind of describe the shot. That was quite a gangster shot, I would say. Gangster kind of a one. Came back, dropped Archer, bowled a pull shot. And welcome Archer. Archer should have welcomed him with a short ball. He actually welcomed Archer with a full shot and said, I am ready. You come at me and I will do everything what I can. And one thing you're saying, I've seen many persons, going to the Indian team, Sometimes their form drops. He's one of those guys who plays on the T20Is, someone who's not really regular in ODI teams, someone who's not regular in test matches. He's played, I think, four or
yeah.
But
five ODI.
I think I would like to see him doing well in ODI also because he has the talent. Why
Yeah,
he has
but
not
my
been that successful is no,
yeah,
doesn't know
he
because
could
he has a good list take average also. So I want to see him doing ODIs also. That's yeah.
my problem, not my actually, what I'm amazed with to Surya is how even despite of playing on one format, he always keeps himself in shape. Whenever he's needed in the ground, he comes and as you mentioned semi-final knock, he has been playing for IPL only and then coming back straight into the game in the whole series. I think he played that one knock at Nassau. I think it was against USA. He scored that 50 on a tough pitch where no one is getting a single 30 or 40. He scored a 50 with some of the hilarious shot that Ritik mentioned behind the stumps. AB used to play that shot. Some of the great batsmen used to play that shot. And that is something which amazes me how he keeps his shape every time in a T20I game. And if you check, meanwhile, you can take Utkarsh's comment where I check some of these records.
Yeah.
He is a big fan of Team David. It seems. Yeah, Ritik can take the comment. Yeah,
The problem with poaching players like Team David is that they're famous because of bashing lower order
No.
in any F league. Okay, no domestic exposure plus no grassroots grooming. Yeah, that's the issue. When they go down, they just go down. When they go down, they can't know how to go up, and that's the difference when you don't have a grassroots kind of a system. Okay, coming back to Surya's T20 records, what a record! You have to see someone who started his career pretty late. Someone who started his career at around
Yeah.
33,
30, 30.
31. After 30, 71 T20I games, over 200, over 2,400 T20I runs, strike rate of nearly 170, average of over 40, 4 centuries, 20 half centuries. I mean, That's only for India. That's terrific, man. And sometimes what happens when you have when you have such a great strike rate, average generally goes down because he try to hit
Yeah,
every time he tries to hit the shot, and average goes down. He is one of those unique guys who has a great average of over 40 and a strike rate of nearly 170. So it doesn't only smashes the ball, but he also remembers what is the importance of scoring runs. He knows how to handle the situation, how to handle the situation, match aspect of the game, and that's what makes him the great. And I'm really happy with India making him the captain. He is one of those person along with
He
Bumrah
deserves.
who gets
He deserves
it deserves
the
it. And if you write a T20 team for India at the moment, he is I think he will be the second name in the T20 sheet along with Bumrah. Bumrah
So
will be the
can we tell
first.
him the greatest T20 batter of all time currently
Uh,
in terms of records? Just
T20 I won't say, but T20 yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
For national teams, I think yeah, without a doubt. T20, I
because
think there is one guy who stands there at the top. Chris Gale. I don't see anyone,
no, I was
overtaking.
talking about the internationals only. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
For T20, I
international teams.
definitely. Mm.
T20
because
definitely. I
you
don't see
cannot have
anyone.
that strike rate with that average. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. If you see, okay, meanwhile, I think Utkarsh has a comment. He said Ian Morgan also came to England from Ireland, but he was not added to so far or so
Yeah,
fast so quickly. He had to grind in 4 day cup and 1 day cups when why is much as the finished product. Yeah, so honestly, and Morgan was one of those guys who played test matches for England at the start of his career. Then he realized test match is not working. Then he went into the wide world circuit, and you see, because the grassroots was so strong, when he failed, he knew how to make a comeback. That was something which is being great for Morgan. And yeah, maybe he's missing something, but hopefully, hopefully for Australia, hopefully for Mumbai fans, if they can retain him, then they will maybe make a comeback. Maybe he can come back tomorrow and make a score 50 or 15 balls. But
mm.
again, inconsistency will be one of the things. If you see the T20I most run list of most runs in T20I, Surya is at the moment. Where is Surya? I think he should be somewhere there. Okay, Surya
Yeah,
is
let's
at
let us check
number
once.
19. Surya is at number 19, and all the guys who are above him has a strike rate of the highest strike rate that over Surya is in the list of most run scorers is Glenn Maxwell, 2,600 runs, strike rate of 154. And none of the guy in the whole list, is there anyone? None of the guy in the whole list has a better strike rate than Suryakumar Yadav. There's only two guys who are better than 150. That's Colin Munro and Glenn Maxwell. If you keep a cutoff of over 2,000 runs, Surya has the best strike rate. I mean, 170 is something that you don't really get. Rohit has 140, the best. David Warner has 142. Butler has 146. Maxwell has 154, and then mostly one around 120. Well, Malaysia side has 140, and then Surya 168. George Munshi from Scotland, he has,
What about Virat?
I think Virat has 137, so pretty decent, I'd say. All the kind of a
Yeah,
thing he got.
that kind of average it's decent. So that's
And
what are the
Virat
strike
in
rates?
T20 tournaments, he
Wow.
was just T20I tournaments rather, I should say.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
deserves that trophy more, I think. The way he performed.
Definitely. Considering that 2023 he was the man of the tournament, ODI World Cup.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
well,
good that he
absolutely.
didn't. Where that whenever he becomes man of the tournament, India doesn't win. So it's good that this time.
It reminded me that 2003 Sachin, even the same thing happened. If you remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh
with
man.
T20 he deserved, I think, because to 2014, 2016, I think 2022 also he was a leading run scorer. But
Yeah, it was
so this
16, 14, 2022. Even this better than this.
2021, that game against Pakistan where everybody was falling and he
He
stood
was
like a
there.
rock.
Hmm.
So he deserved.
Okay,
All right, guys.
So
So,
yeah,
any
that's what before
any
Suryakumar
favorites?
Yadav came, yeah, Virat Kohli was one my I think my favorite T20 batter. I think I would was yeah greatest T20 but international batter I would say. But I think with Suryakumar Yadav, I'm also in a bit of dilemma that whom to pick. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the
Yeah, and I would like to ask our audience that any favorite memories of Sky Suryakumar Yadav that they have, please let us know in the comments.
Well, Utkarsh is saying, can making a red soil pitch can be counterproductive because they have Bangladesh have good spinners and fast bowler like Muhammad and Rana. Uh, See, the news is that they have two pitches for practice session. One is red soil and one is black soil. The batters are generally working on both the pitches. There is Ajit Ram. There is one of those guys from Mumbai who bowls in action of Ravichandran Ashwin. There is Varun Chakravarti also from Tamil Nadu who is practicing with the net bowlers for Indian team. Now, as the Indian Express and most of the websites has reported that the first test is going to be played on red soil pitch. Keeping in mind the red soil pitch always helps the fast bowlers, and also it's gonna be a real good preparation for India before the series against Australia.
Yeah,
If you see, it's a good question because I was asking that you have to remember the Pakistan, Bangladesh coming on the back of their series win in Pakistan. Sorry, excuse me, and they are actually doing pretty good in their fast bowling department. So will it be a double swat kind of a thing that you put the fire and get burned down it? See, Utkarsh, I'm not really disappointed with the red pitch to be honest, because if you see, if they have Rana, we have Bumrah, we have Siraj, Akashdeep. If he plays, that would be a great one. So we have pretty good fast bowling department, and I can't believe that it will be really easy for Bangladesh batters to the bat against our fast bowlers on a red soil pitch, no matter where they bat second or they bat first. But again, if you see Rana, if they get out, if they get wickets, they get Indian batters, they will also realize where are their loopholes. Before going to Australia, rather going keeping on feet on Australian soil, understanding the first test you lost, and then you'll realize what your struggles. Rather than that, you understand the first game in 5 matches, especially with New Zealand and then with Bangladesh. You'll realize where are you struggling as a batter, which are the department you need to work on, in the home summer. That will be a pretty good thing for Indian batters, I would say. And even if on rest of pitch, it'll be important to see how Jadeja, Ashwin, and Kuldeep and Akshar, whoever play, get the drape on, get the spin on, because they're going to play on those bouncy pitches in Australia. Won't be easy for them to get draped. You play a black soil pitch, you play on a dry surface in Chennai, you own in 2 days. But what will work in for Australia? You go into Australia, the ball will spin, and you will find yourself under the bus at the point of time. So rather than going out there and practicing, it will be better if you practice at home. So I'm not really. I don't think it will counter them. Uh, you will see, to be honest, Kanpur will be another pitch where they can't use red soil pitch. They will be their black soil pitches where Kanpur will be one of those games. Maybe in Chennai, if it's possible, why not? Why not use it? How
yeah.
excited are you? What does it say? Bangladesh and
The
India.
India, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
I'm excited. As I mentioned multiple times, given their performance after Pakistan, that has enhanced my interest.
I mean, obviously known that 2-0 is going to be the score. And I couldn't say it. 2-0 is going to be. I also prayed the same in Pakistan Stadium.
Yeah,
But if they have a chance, where do you see have a greater chance? Whether it's Chennai or it's Kanpur, Bangladesh, I'm talking about. Where they have better
I guess
chance?
Kanpur. I guess.
Yeah. And the reason behind it?
So Chennai, I think Utkarsh was mentioning that. So, and even you mentioned that if they have someone like Rana, we have Bumrah, and he was saying that they have good spinners. Well, I think Ashwin on Chennai. I think who is better. So, I mean, so Chennai, I don't actually see. I mean, ultimately, I'm not saying that they can't lose, but ultimately, it will boil down to who is batting better in Chennai. I would say because more or less
Yeah.
the both the sides have are pretty. I mean, balanced when it comes to bowling, but India are tad ahead. I would say when it comes to batting, and that's the reason Shubhradeep I was saying that. I mean, Kanpur, I would say would be a better chance for Bangladesh, and I don't think Chennai would be. Yeah,
And one big knocks from any of them, like Rohit or Virat, take
Yeah.
100 or 200 can take the game away from them very easily.
yeah.
Yeah. Where
But
did you go?
I think
Pakistani
yeah,
batters,
Abhishek. Yeah,
yeah, our batsmen are not Pakistani batters. They will not. They can score big runs, and so
Well, it will be important.
that's
Rohit and Virat especially hasn't played Test cricket since January. So for him, game time in the middle, is a red ball will be pretty important to go through the sessions. How does he boils up to things. Even for Rohit as a captain, you always want to have the confidence, have to the runs and the belt. So something that will be very important to see where does he
I
stands
would
at the
be
moment. And
especially interested to see VK in the Chennai game. I mean, considering his troubles against spin, so that would be really
yeah,
No, no,
interesting.
I don't understand about Virat. Like like in foreign conditions, he plays so well, and again, when it comes to these teams, is he not interested to play against those teams or not? I don't know. But why his performance is not that good against these teams?
So hand-eye
So
coordination, I think that drops with age. So that's why I think playing spin, it has been a challenge for many players. I think even MS used to struggle against spin in the later part of his career. That was so.
yeah,
That's I think one of the concerns. The eyesight is not as good. Your reflexes start getting a bit delayed. So these are all the reasons I feel.
yeah, true, true. As you get older, and
but
also
his pace
you,
bowling form has not dropped. So
Yeah,
plays pace bowling very good. But why with yeah?
pretty well actually. Yeah,
sometimes your
Shubhrit.
technique gets exposed. Technique is gets exposed. In the modern day, you place a wrong shot, and suddenly the computers are there to pick your technique. Loopholes in the
Yeah.
technique, I would say.
Yeah,
And it doesn't used to happen in the old days. The old days is all about the films and movies going back. So everything used to come from there. It wasn't easy. All the time. Remember what was your the what was your weakness. And nowadays, you just go out there and ask the analytical girl, what's my length going to ball to that batsman. He said, go good length, good length, good length. Suddenly, ball a short ball, and it will get out. It actually happened. So stats and numbers are, I would say, quite important in these aspects of the game. But yeah, KL Rahul's importance. Have to say KL
But I'm
Rahul's in the
seeing Rishabh Pant's scoring big runs here in this series. And he will be a
both
big
both
difference.
will be under pressure. KL and Rishabh. Rishabh has played T20I games and ODI, one ODI game in Sri Lanka at the moment for India since his comeback from the injury. And then he has played one red ball game for the domestic trophy game for India
yeah,
B, but that's a different thing. Playing test match for India, playing red ball cricket where he might haven't really thought of it at the point of time when the accident happened. So making a comeback would be emotional. I think emotional for him, emotional for the whole country, and then just to keep those emotions outside and play a good knock would be pretty vital for his confidence also. Even for KL
Because
Rahul, even though Sarfraz is waiting, when you know someone is waiting, looking at your stage, and if you fail, they will be under after you a selection of a position. There will be decision also. Yes, that I'm really fascinated. I'm see that yes, that has been picked in the squad. I'm really keen to see him getting a chance in the playing 11. I would say maybe if not this one, maybe for Kanpur, and then Marty Morkel has joined as a new bowling coach for the whole Test
yeah.
series, and fascinating to see how does he work with Siraj and Bumrah. So that's another thing. Jadeja will be
I
back
don't.
after a long time. Yeah.
So my question is also that which Bangladeshi batsman you could see scoring runs against Siraj and Bumrah, like and the Indian bowling lineup.
Pretty
That's also
tough.
be will be a big question.
That's a tough question, I would say, because against Bumrah, any batsman is going to struggle.
Mushfiq, I could say, can score runs. Litton Das can score
I
because
think
I think Mominul is a great test batter. He
yeah,
can score runs.
he's a decent guy.
I think
He can.
Mushfiq last time scored at 100. I think against India. I think when he came in 2017. I think yeah.
Uh, can't remember those two games. To be honest with you, I remember the
By
games of
yeah.
scored at 200. Virat scored at 200. I can't remember the exact score. Let me just check what happened. I think one
By
game
the way,
was
how
day-night.
excited are you guys to watch Mehdi Hassan Miraz?
Oh man, it's really excited. He is one of those superstars of future Bangladesh team. I mean, he was great team. He is a great guy, to be honest. When was the last series? 2017 or 2019? I think
19,
2019.
19.
The mention,
Yeah.
yeah, 17. You mentioned Bangladesh actually toured for one Test match, which was played in Hyderabad, and
I
Virat
think
scored. How much Virat
Mushfiq
scored? Virat
scored a century there. I remember.
did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mushfiq scored a century, 127, and then India scored. The game ended in a draw or what? It no. If I would have scored a 30, scored a 200, and India won the game. Won the game by 208 runs. Then Bangladesh came here in 2019. Another series. The first game was played in first test match was played in Holkar Stadium in indoor, where the India won by innings 130 runs. Where
Okay. So hi Saptarshi.
Yeah, I'm back.
we're back. You just guys just check. It's coming after a bit of a short break. Just give me 2 minutes. Coming back.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Also, guys, as Saptarshi is here, so please shoot in a bit of comments. So we would be more than happy. And Saptarshi is even more
Yeah.
energetic. I think even he's come just fresh, so he would be more than happy to answer your questions. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
also,
bit
how did you
subdued,
guys like
subdued
that story?
response.
Also, how do you like that story? To be honest,
Yeah.
bowl out.
That comment is still pinned, guys. If you haven't checked yet, that is there. The link. Okay. It has been a bit subdued response today, I would say. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Utkarsh has been there. Utkarsh, your thoughts. By the way, we were talking about that India Bangladesh series.
And rest who are watching can also comment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Saptarshi, I was asking this question: how excited are you to see Mehdi Hassan Miraz after that series against Pakistan in the upcoming
Yeah,
series against
definitely. I mean,
India? Yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I said it in the last stream also that he's been one of Bangladesh's assets. To be honest, I mean, he can now bat anywhere down the order. He can bowl, and I mean, he's been one of the assets. To be honest, so even against India, if I see in the 2022 ODI series, he played very well. He scored that 100, that 50-run partnership with Mustafizur in the 10th wicket to win the first ODI. And I think in the Test series also the last match where India was in sort of a tricky situation, he got those first 2-3 wickets. I think so. India was in a pretty dire situation when Shreyas and Ashwin stepped up and saved India big time.
yeah, true.
Well, did
Okay,
you
guys, we are
guys
waiting
enjoy
for your
the
responses and your
comments?
comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't got
I
many
think
yet.
not many comments. I'm a bit surprised actually. I think maybe we are taking Bangladesh a bit too lightly. It seems. No, not many
That's
comments.
right.
Although I'm pretty
This-
confident, but yeah, it would be a good series. I'm hoping for a good series. Yeah.
Well, I'm just fascinated to see that Sri Lanka and New Zealand see that's going to be quite close. I think Sri Lanka is always a great team, at home. New Zealand always, have done well in Sri Lanka. I would say they did a pretty good job last time when they owned lost the first game, really, but made a great comeback in Colombo. But they have really changed in the whole squad, or whole squad actually. How do you see New Zealand in Sri Lanka? Anything?
Yeah. So I think spin, as we all know, Sri Lanka and spinning conditions at their home, they can definitely spin a web around those Kiwi batters. That is one area of concern for them. Apart from that, they should be sorted pretty much. But yeah,
Yeah, I
Sri
think
Lanka,
I
as
was
I
seeing
say,
some.
at home they are pretty strong, pretty strong.
I
Yeah,
was seeing some
Saptarshi.
stats you said about New Zealand's record in Asia. I think it's pretty poor. It was showing. I don't exactly remember the metrics, but I think it was showing a pretty poor record in Asia. Even I think their last two to Sri Lanka, they had a tight series. I think they won one, lost one, most probably. If Shubhadeep
Yeah,
can
they,
confirm.
Yeah,
they, they lost the first one in golf, and they won the
Yeah.
second one in Colombo, which was but so many changes from the New Zealand squad of that time. Bolt used to play at the time. William Somerville used to play at the time. I think Colin Granderholm used to play at the time. So those guys are not playing, and
Yeah. Also,
I
I mean, I think if
Williamson
New
was in a
Zealand could
better
have
touch. Williamson was
New
better
Zealand could have
touch, I
won
would
that
say. Yeah,
New Zealand could have won that maybe Kanpur test. I think India was in at a situation of 51 for 5 on day 4 morning, and then Saha, Ashwin, and Shreyas just got those runs and pulled that target to somehow 260 odd, and then it was India's game to lose. Ultimately, it was
yeah
an excellent show of grit and determination from Rachin and Aegis in the last wicket. In fact, also we forget William Somerville's knock. I mean, he and Latham played out that entire first session without losing a single wicket. And I think right after the lunch, he tried to hook one of Umesh Yadav and got out.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one thing about New Zealand. I sometimes feel look at some of the records. They have a resources. They have the batters who can play spin. They have the bowlers. New Zealand owned that game. I think it was in Abu Dhabi. They beat Pakistan almost towards the 11th hour of the game, and that was one of those games where which
Yeah,
indicated New Zealand is a great team,
Pakistan needed 176 runs to win, and typical
and they
Pakistan,
lost.
they were all out. Azhar
They
Ali
all
played a
out.
good knock.
Yeah, and that
Uh,
was the one of the things where they tell me that New Zealand is one of the greatest things. Let me just check New Zealand's record in Sri Lanka. New Zealand.
and from that, I think Pakistan's downfall started. I
Yeah,
think.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I always look back at New Zealand and think they should literally own the game in especially in Asia. If you see New Zealand's record in Sri Lanka, they own the one game as I mentioned in Colombo, lost to one gully when they came
Yeah,
there in 2000 and New Zealand haven't really played a lot of games in Sri Lanka. The last tour was in 2018, before which, sorry, 2019, before which they came in 2012 when they actually won by 167 runs in Colombo and they were beaten in gullies. So they have never beaten Sri Lanka at gully. That is one thing. Gully is actually the fort of Sri Lanka. They always finds a bit of a
Even
way.
yeah, even Australia hasn't won a lot in Sri Lanka recently. I think they lost in 2016 and in 2022 it was that tie series where Dinesh Chandimal won that last match with a double hundred.
And that was also in gully. So golf is one of those places where you can't beat Sri Lanka. I think India lost to one game in
Yeah,
2015
Rangana
where they
Herath.
while they
It was
played.
on Independence Day, as far as I remember.
yeah.
Absolutely, it was Independence Day. It was the first Test series as a full member, as a full captain for Virat, and
No,
they
I
lost the
think his
game.
first series maybe was Bangladesh. There was the one-off match which got watched
Oh,
out in
yeah,
2015
yeah,
June.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one game in, I think the city that starts with a Fatullah. Fatullah was the
Yeah,
first series of Bangladesh as
yeah.
a captain.
Rahane got 100 most probably, if I'm not wrong. 100 or
Uh,
98,
I
something like
think
that. I
Virat got
believe
the
that.
first innings 100, I think, in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
Gale, I
Yeah,
think, yeah.
I think
yeah,
I
but
it
they
was
also
remember
again
India
Dinesh
recording,
Chandimal. Dinesh Chandimal, I think, got 160 odd in that third innings. They were one for two or something like that, and from there it was a beautiful knock from
that
Dinesh.
was, I think, Sangakkara's last, I think, series.
Yeah, yeah.
farewell for
Yeah.
Sangha
Yeah.
and 182. I think they should have actually won the game chasing 182. I wasn't actually
Yeah.
supposed to cover the conditions, but they were well out for 112 in the fourth innings, and that was actually one of those indications that says it's never easy to bat in Sri Lanka, especially in the fourth innings, and the
Anything
ball is
above 150 is difficult.
difficult. And this time they're playing both the games in
And
Gaur.
look how India made a mess of chase, I think, in Bangladesh also, I think. In
Yeah,
2022, they required around 150 runs to win, and they were
Yeah,
7
that was
down.
what I was speaking. That made
that's
yeah,
what I
Sun were
said.
bowled very well.
That's what I said.
So in
India was
subcontinent,
in
yeah, in
spin.
subcontinent, you cannot. Um, it's not that easy to score more than
Yeah, you remember
100 runs
Australia
even.
losing that game at Bangalore 2017.
Yeah,
Steve Smith, Brentford.
Even
yeah.
Delhi game also against Australia, India recorded 120 runs
Yeah,
and India
that
got
was actually not
4
chasing
5.
third innings, and all of a sudden, day three morning, Australia decided to sweep everything and anything.
That is one of those games, to be honest, so where you don't really actually see it that happen. But yeah, that's the thing. Well, we haven't really got any comments, have we?
Yeah. So
You
guys,
guys,
please keep shooting your comments.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
we
want
have
to
been viewers. We have viewers watching 4 6 every time, but nobody is.
yeah. So
Everyone is lazy. I think Saturday to type.
yeah, come on, guys.
So we have covered the England Australia. Uh,
Yeah, I think Sky topic we
so
covered. Yeah.
so yeah, I think the Pakistan's one day cup. Any is the one now. So I think Babar Azam is back now with that 76, and
So any comments,
so
guys, about Babar Azam? I'm asking you guys as well as the audience to comment on that.
we are great fans of Babar Azam. We are some. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. We have had enough of that Chowmin seller, and now we want some on Babar Azam as well.
well, he said Power is better than Team David, so nothing is mentioned that Power is better
But
than Team
in terms of striking abilities, Team David is far ahead.
now.
So
Obviously, he has power. which Bauer lacks a lot of time these days. Well, there's very interesting news is coming that there might be an introduction of Asia and African
Yeah,
senior
with
cricket.
Jaisha is gonna do that or what? Also, I think Mohammad Shami he's gonna come back in the Ranji Trophy this year. Maybe I was seeing some news.
Maybe.
What more?
Mohammad Shami is gonna come back in Ranji Trophy.
Yeah, I wrote the news that he has been added to the preliminary squad for Bengal in the first game against UP and then the second game against Bihar at home. He can't play
Yeah.
both games because there is one test match sandwiched between those two games. We can't play both for sure. I think we'll play maybe at Uttar Pradesh because his hometown is Uttar Pradesh. He'll stay there anyway. We play that one game and come back and join the Indian team in Bangalore. That might be one of those games where you may try him out. Actually, you're never sure. The way India is selecting players, they don't get news these days, and they may kind of use him for the Bangladesh game. Kanpur just may use him. If not, then surely at least two games in the New Zealand series, maybe in Bangladesh, maybe Pune, maybe or Mumbai, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Shami. He has been a wonderful bowler for India, especially in the Test match format.
And he hasn't played for a long, long time, so they'll be a bit of a
Yeah, and we will be requiring his services in the Border Gavaskar Trophy for sure.
badly,
In the Border
badly.
Gavaskar Trophy as well as the Champions Trophy. On those
Yeah,
flat decks in Pakistan, we need his services.
Or
And
are you
I
going
think
to
with
Pakistan? That's the
Shami,
best.
I think didn't win a trophy yet with Shami, so I think he will be also be
yeah,
eager to win a trophy. And that is also with Shami. How can he not be win a trophy? So he has a
Yeah,
chance next year with Champions Trophy and the World Test Championship final,
yeah. India
maybe.
actually deserves to win one WTC. I feel. I mean, two
No, India will
times.
win.
No.
Don't worry, India will win in somewhere in the future. But recently, we want to see them.
Yeah,
need one. They need one trophy badly because of the keeping the same kind of a vibe around in the test matches. Having
Hmm.
been one of the best countries in the last decade in test matches, you need to have that one kind of a medal just to show them, here is the result.
Yeah,
You always want to
in
see
terms of
results.
overseas, like the best touring country, I would say. I think India has
Yeah,
been. Yeah, nobody has a great that great overseas record compared to India.
yeah.
So they,
And that's the thing. That's why I
but it
want them to
ultimately
win at
boils down
least
that
one
two
game.
years you like win all the matches and then suddenly in final. So shouldn't you think the final could have been 3 match series? That's
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
because
I
one
think it will be
match
really
cannot.
hard. The organizers won't really allow, to be honest. I know it should have been, if you ask from the individual perspective, whatever, for personal perspective, it
And
Yeah.
should have
also, it's also against like India. But like, why the final is always generally England? That's also a big because obviously in whenever you're a subcontinent team, you need to go there and prepare and get some time. And all of a sudden, India has to go there and without any game practice match, they have to play the final. So, anyways, so then teams like Australia and England always will have an advantage on New Zealand. I remember
Yeah, I
2021, New
think
Zealand was given a
Shubhadeep.
series to play before that final with
Yeah, I
England.
think Shubhadeep made some point on that last day that the timings in England are so much favorable to the Indian audience and all. Also, if the final is going to
Then
be
why
held
about India
around
then?
that
Why
June
it
or
can't be
July,
held
I
in
think.
Eden Gardens? Eden Gardens, it can be also held.
you
So
can't have it in gardens because as the start of the year and the season that starts for World Test Championship is in June. So the only period they have in any country is England. And you can ask anything, England is the best place to play Test match cricket. Even if I'm from India, this is the best atmosphere you will get for a test match, the best pitches you will get for a test match. Yes, your country is struggling, but then you have to pull yourself and say, I will do better. You batters need to do better. That's what I
no, then
feel.
why it can be played in? That's my question. That it can be played in subcontinent. Why every time England? That's what
Because
in
there's a
subcontinent.
period.
Then
The period, Abhishek, that June is the
so
period where you have to start the new cycle. And the broadcasters don't allow it. England is one of the places where your audience is also happy to go with it because it's 3:30 in the noon afternoon guys can enjoy it till midnight and go, hit the bed.
That's true. Then
India,
India should be given more time and some, I think, practice matches, because that's what I think the organizers and
well,
the management is not doing.
no, that's not up to ICC. That's up to BCCI. You just cut the whole IPL. You can stay for the whole 2 months in England and prepare for the whole Test match. You can cut your IPL
That's
back
what.
then. That's up to
Last
you.
time I think that 2.5 months of IPL also costed us that.
That's
No
up to
Australian
BCCI.
players came,
That
and
will always be there, I think.
That's up to BCCI. That's not up to ICC. ICC had nothing to do with it. I am sympathy that most people think wag their fingers at ICC. ICC nothing to do with it. It's up to BCCI. You can just cut your IPL games. See, last season, a recent season, they played so less of a games in the afternoon. There are not many afternoon games. The IPL was stretched out for at least 2 weeks because of the fact you should have more afternoon games to keep it, kind of,
yeah,
at least for 2 months. Can't be more than 2 months. The whole
yeah.
league can't go beyond 2 months. You will get extra 15 days. You can go out there and practice, and that will be very important, I guess.
Okay, so we have a comment from Anubhav C. Finally, we have got a comment. So, would you choose JFM as the opener instead of Warner for the Champions Trophy team and stick with the same lineup that played in 2023? I think Warner is retired, right, from
Yeah,
cricket?
but maybe in ODIs, JFM, I know he has played one ODI against West Indies. But if not
Warner
JFM,
actually
then Mitchell Marsh has to open.
hasn't really confirmed his retirement in
Yeah.
ODI. Something he has kept in his secrets. So he hasn't really confirmed his
So
retirement in
I think Mitchell Marsh and Head then the two best options.
Yeah, Mitchell Marsh at head. Then Smith will move up to 3 and Labuschagne at 4. But then,
Hmm.
then I think
I
Maxwell,
remember. I think one
Lewis,
player was there.
and Cameron Green has to come in.
McDermott. One player was there who
Ben
scored a century
McDermott.
last time. Yeah,
Ben McDermott.
who went to Pakistan last time and scored a century.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
where
Yes.
he is now.
Bro is
So
back.
okay, bro. After a long
Talking
time.
about
So after
talking
1 hour
about it,
and 11 minutes, bro has decided to come now.
whichever topic you will pick, we'll just talk about it. That's the thing. We have talked a lot more. I
Yeah,
think it's
lot.
for about an hour and 15 minutes. So whichever topic you will pick, we'll just discuss on it. Just pick a topic, anything, whatever you want. Okay, yeah. Maybe Gloucester side has won the toss and opted to bowl first against Somerset in the final. Hmm, that will be interesting.
I think
If you
Champions
guys,
Trophy is also approaching. I think in 6 months' time. So that would be now a good cricket season is coming up with BGT, then Champions Trophy, then IPL, then World Test Championship final. So a couple of exciting events coming up.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So a couple of
Yeah,
exciting
also
six
once the
months.
IPL nears, one thing we can do is maybe discussing the squads. We can get the fans of, we can have individual dedicated sessions for each and every team, and with that we can have fans of that team. Like Brew is a DC fan, or maybe I think another guy joined us that day, Shomadeep is a DC fan. If you guys are CSK fan, you can join us in the CSK session. I think we can do things like that also. That will be pretty much interactive and fun.
We will
Yeah.
invite some of the fans also. That will be really interesting. Charge up us also. Keep us charged up in the discussion. That will be pretty fun, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we have a very interesting cricketing season coming up. This is just a dry season, but no matches are played, and with the Bangladesh India series starting, I think after that we will be having a great season of cricket coming up.
Yeah. True.
Okay, we have one more comment, I guess.
He's
Is
speaking of
Very
Dermot, I
similar
think.
to Manas and Smith.
He's speaking of McDermott, I think.
I think
uh,
yeah.
we're actually running out of topics, to be honest, because we don't have any
So
games at the moment. So we can't speak
currently,
anything about. We have
only
to
thing I
have.
speak about is the future,
Yeah, that's the
BGT,
future.
and
We need to have at least. I think next week we have at least 3 days of the test match. India, Bangladesh. We have the at least
Sri
four
Lanka,
days
New
of.
Zealand.
Okay, Bro has given us a topic, I guess.
he
Tom
like
Benton's
recent.
hit it recently.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
speaking of it last day. Nathan Lyon, Nathan Lyon again. I mean, just like Nathan Lyon.
I think very rarely you see a county team getting a better of Surrey in such a consecutive kind of time. And Somerset, in just between 3 days, have got the better of Surrey 2 days consecutive times in the county championship, and today in the first semi-final in the T20 Blast. Blast was excellent. Olipop started pretty well. I think the opener started really well. So Dan Lawrence started pretty well in the opening position, but then as Louis George will come back, he then pulled the game back with the spinning track, and Somerset is in the final. They have just lost the toss and we put into bat first against Gloucestershire. Gloucestershire also played really well against Sussex at the moment. Sussex did nothing actually with the bat, 106 in the T20 overs, and
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we have a comment. Yep, exactly. Okay.
yeah, more cricket. We need to some.
With
And
more cricket, it
with
will
more
be fun
cricket,
time.
and we
Yes,
would
of
be able to
course.
get some more viewers and some more friends who will join us in the future. I think.
Yeah,
Uh, so, for those who are watching, you can also like, share, subscribe, and keep sharing our videos to your friends who are diehard fans of cricket like you, bro, like Utkarsh, like Anubhav C,
yeah.
and
I think
spread
Bloodline
this.
Cricket also, but he is not in the live today. I think he's not
No,
watching.
we have a lot of Kanchan Paul is there. Uh,
Yeah,
Anubhav C is there. Utkarsh is there.
live
TMKOC
motivator.
is there.
I think there's someone
TMKOC is
new.
there. Samiran Mandal.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Samiran.
Okay. He is also great fan of Saptarshi Das, I would say.
That's why he's putting those emojis.
Yeah. But we need
So
questions.
Samiran is having some fun time. So Samiran is having a good weekend. It seems he's having a pretty happy
Yeah, bro.
weekend.
Okay.
But it's great to see you join, Samiran.
So for the next,
Okay,
yeah, the next week the India Bangladesh
we'll
match is
be
starting, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah
it's
Of
starting on
course.
Thursday, I guess.
Thursday. We need something to talk about. That's the bottom line. We need some games, at least 3 days or 2 days of game. By the time it comes next week,
I think the
perhaps
next
Friday.
yeah, couple of weeks will be very interesting. I think then England tour of England Australia ODI series, then England tour of Pakistan.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of cricket is
Cricket
starting
is
up. I
coming
mean,
up. Just
also, I think we are also. I
after
think
this
if we
World Cup,
can,
it was
if anyone is interested in CPL, is anyone watching the CPL? I think it's going on.
Going
no,
on
I'm
going
not
on.
watching.
I'm
No,
just watching the
actually.
Though it
scorecard.
though it
I
happens in
know
those wee hours. I mean,
Yeah.
hours and also the early mornings. Those guys who have offices have to sleep early like me, and I just every day I just wake up and just check the scorecard, and I saw that Alzari Joseph tried to throw the ball at Shimmer Hetmar, and next ball Hetmar just smacked him over his head for a six, and I thought, wow, this is gonna be
yes.
interesting.
Okay. So, any thoughts about? I just remembered suddenly that knock off Tilak Verma, that 100.
Yeah, the
So,
Tulip Trophy. Good luck. I would say they are a little under pressure, but the pitch was quite crazy. Quite bowling friendly. But and then they had to come and score a century. That kind of position, pretty decent knock. I would say pretty important
and I
knock. I
think
would
also
say
Ishan Kishan was maybe a couple of matches ago, or maybe recently. I saw. I think a good innings he
first innings.
played. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he scored 100. He scored 100 in the first innings of their game. In the second round of Tulip Trophy, he scored 100. For both of
So
them, it's important.
Ishan Kishan is
Ishan
also making comeback. He could be a
is
good
making
choice in
comeback.
Yeah.
tests. I believe in tests he will be
Even
good. I think
Tilak
he's
Burma, if you see, Tilak Burma had a fabulous IPL. Then he was picked for the Zimbabwe series, couldn't play that, and then you know
like
have been managing his
yeah.
fitness and then come back and score a
Let's talk
century.
about Yograj Singh.
Yuvraj
Sure.
Singh.
Okay.
I'll just keep my mic off and I'll just keep my mic on. Otherwise, I will say some rubbish words
I think
over
two
it.
two of our friends will now leave the chat. I think when it comes to
Okay,
Yuvraj
yeah.
Singh,
I think Surabhi was already left.
and Saptarshi is about to leave the chat. So hardcore
No,
CSK fans, hardcore
I'm having some popcorn because it's gonna be fun.
MS fans will definitely not like
You know,
to hear much about.
I remember one of those games on the in the IPL. I think umpire put a sellotape on Pullar's mouth. That's the same thing. Just put a sellotape on my mouth, and I'll be stopped there.
So everybody is in the fun mood today. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Samiran was also having some fun. So yeah, and audience is enjoying amongst themselves.
Mm. So the weekends are going good for them, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So any more comments do we have? Okay, guys. So I all of a sudden, so since we don't have much to speak on, so I suddenly I just it struck my mind one of those players. So yeah, Shivam Mavi. He impressed me a lot. So what do you see about his future? I was pretty impressed actually seeing him in the under 19. Yeah, please. Anyone
Yeah,
would
he
like to
played
take
for
that?
quite a while in KKR. After that, which team? I think he was in Gujarat or LSG last year.
But I think
But
he took a fifer, I think, right? When he played against Sri Lanka in the T20 series.
he was in he was in Gujarat, I think. Played
But
in
I
Yeah,
remember
Gujarat.
him,
he made his debut in the Sri Lanka series. He
and he
batted decently in one match.
no
I
no
remember
he took a fifer
down there.
also, I think, if I
No,
remember
did
correctly.
he?
Yeah,
Did
I
he?
don't
I
know.
think.
Let's check. Shivam Mavi,
Just
fiver.
I think Sri Lanka won one match in that series, but I don't remember exactly.
But
Did
yeah, I
Mavi
was
take it?
thoroughly impressed in the under 19. I mean, he was bowling really well. I have to say.
Another one is I think Kartik Tyagi also with that speed.
Shivam Mavi,
Uh,
six matches, wicket, best of 4 for 22, economy of nearly
okay,
9, average of
okay,
12.
okay. That was not a fifer, but he was. I don't know why he's not given chance
Yeah,
in
Kartik
India.
Tyagi. I remember him bowling that final over against
Where is
Punjab,
he? Kartik
right?
Tyagi. Where is he? He bowled that brilliant final over, as you mentioned, in Dubai
Yeah,
against Nicholas Puran and
Nicholas Puran,
Punjab.
Aiden Markram, Deepak Huda.
Yeah, the three guys, they bowled a superb
I don't
over.
know why. I don't know where these guys are going. They should
And
be given more chance.
bro is right. I
Okay.
saw that news. He said it. He actually said it. So, oh man. He just said, father applied tigers, ooh, blood on him. Just three or something.
Did he actually say so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I, I swear.
I think
I mean,
I need to follow Yuvraj Singh more often. So a lot of funny stuff's coming about him.
every day. Every day. You just open the internet, there's one of those interviews, and it's interesting. We can actually hire him for one of the interview sessions, can we? We can actually hire him for
Yeah,
interview session.
our
And
viewers will increase a lot.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
But I
I'll
think
tell you.
Saptarshi will leave the chat.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. We'll stay. We'll stay. We'll stay. We'll just manage it off, and we will be in the truths. We will be in the news. We will be in the trending news. So we will do
For sure.
everything. We'll just
But
blast the internet.
yeah, jokes aside, I think because his toughness only, I think Yuvraj has also admitted that he was the one behind him making him a great cricketer. I think so. For that, we can give him some credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I differed. That's it.
Oh,
Okay. But yeah, he's nowadays in news for wrong sorts of reasons. I mean, yeah.
Oh man. Oh
I
man.
think yeah. I think Yuvraj Singh. I think one of the guys also mentioned that he would like to see Yuvraj Singh and Dhoni opening. So that's
Yeah, yeah. A couple
yeah,
of lives back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Utkarsh or Bloodline. I don't exactly remember whoever it was.
Yeah, I think when I was at the chat that day, and I mentioned Gautam Gambhir and Shahid Afridi, maybe left hand right hand
Okay.
combo. they would make a great pair for sure. Yeah.
True.
Okay, that was quite interesting. I think who has better rivalries, and we are listing out. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Do we have any comments
Don't
or we
I
gonna
don't
wrap it
think
up?
we have any comments. So guys who are watching, any
yeah, we can
questions you have
stay for a
before
couple of
we can
minutes and
maybe, yeah, maybe a
Yeah,
couple
let's.
add.
of minutes, 4 5 minutes more, and then we
And
can
whoever is
wrap up.
watching new, please subscribe and like our videos and share everywhere as possible.
Yeah, please, if you're watching this video, please, uh, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, it will not cost you any money. So yeah, just a click.
I think
I know it's
one of the viewers have joined, Tamodeep. Okay.
Amadip Das. Satashi. Okay.
Aarti.
So we have we have good comments on Satashi.
Okay. Tamodeep, any cricketing questions you would like to ask before we can maybe wrap up tonight?
Yeah, just waiting for
That's
your
the issue
comment.
that without cricketing season, it's very difficult to
Yeah.
actually speak, and how we speak
Actually, the
for
questions will be more from a futuristic perspective because not
yeah
really
for
much
1 hour
happening.
25 minutes we have spoke, and yeah, how we did that I don't know, but somehow we managed.
Yeah, come on, guys. All those who are watching.
How has Dhoni ruined Yuva's career? That's never understood. So, but I think Yuvraj has
Yeah,
also
it's
mentioned in
actually
his interview that
hard to understand that
he
point.
also the relationship has not been that well. I think. Um, so I don't know that what has happened, but because I
Yeah,
think
so Tamodeep has come up with something serious, I
IPL
think.
retention rules. Okay, Saptarshi, would you like to take that?
Yeah, definitely.
so
I mean,
he
I think the
already made a
rules
video on that. I
aren't
think.
finalized yet. BCCI is
Yeah.
yet to declare those final rules. But definitely, once the final rules are coming, we will have those dedicated sessions on each and every team, probabilistic players. And also, Tamadip, I would like to know which team you are, man, so that we can
Yeah.
invite you in one of our chats, maybe, one of our sessions, maybe.
He is from Sri Lanka, Kolkata. He is from Kolkata, so it must be from the KKR team, isn't he? Meanwhile, Blue is saying something. How has MS ruined Yuvraj's career? That narrative I never understood. I am with you, man. I actually still trying to understand how that one person can, destroy someone's career. That's something I'm still
So
trying to
MS, I
find out.
remember like he dropped some seniors. That's what I know. Like Lakshman and all those Sehwag and Gambhir, because he want fit players for the Champions Trophy 2013. But okay, so we have a comment from Bubai Karmakar that excited for tomorrow England with Australia.
Yeah,
Decided
surely.
must be an
Surely.
exciting one.
Yeah, exciting. But weather permitting, Manchester is going to be wet. Wait tomorrow. 60% chance of weather.
Match is in
Rain.
Old Trafford, I guess, right? It's in Old
Old
Trafford.
Trafford, Manchester.
So with
So
wet conditions, do you see three slips in the first hour?
the match getting at least, even if they have at least one match, full match would be great. Even if they have a match, it'll be pretty much interesting to be honest. And we'll see. I think it'll be around the 15 over, maybe 12 over game. There will be pretty hard rain expected. This tomorrow afternoon in Manchester. So yeah.
Also, Tamodeep, since you have joined just now, and Tamodeep and Bubai Karmakar, that we have also pinned a comment for the shots that we just made on this day, that is on 14th September 2007. That was the wonderful match, the bowl out, India versus Pakistan. And do check it out if you would
We'll
like
check
to
Yeah,
it
know
out.
more for that. Yeah.
and we would like to have, we are bringing some more interesting shots in the
Yeah, actually,
coming days and weeks, and
we have plans to make more similar shots, similar stories, similar narratives, and similar old matches. And we would like to know if any topics you have in mind, and we would like to cover those as well.
Yeah.
and you have to do just one simple thing, that is like, share, and subscribe. So I know it's a weekend,
Yeah,
so you all be most lazy, but come on, guys, it's just a 1 minute job. for watching.
Yeah, it's actually very motivating for us. I mean, to do come live and I mean create some exciting stuff for you guys. Yeah.
So what could be top? Our next topic could be on Yuvraj Singh, maybe, because some comments.
Mm, I'm
Yeah.
not coming. I am not coming. Tight
That was
gets.
tight match, India versus Pak. Yeah, yeah. Bowl out first time.
Yeah,
No, I mean, bowl out first time happened in New Zealand West Indies 2006, but first World Cup game you can say
Yeah.
I
definitely.
was a big fan of Bowler. Why I don't know why it was removed. I think I like it more than Super Over. It gives me that parenting kind of feeling that what happens in
Yeah,
football.
yeah, yeah. It's similar to football actually, that thing.
Yeah,
However, I would say super over. I feel it's a better way to maybe decide the winner. It's I mean it's just my opinion. No proper reason for that. But yeah, I would like to know from you guys as well. Which one do you prefer, bowl out or super over?
I like
Super.
Bowler, but yeah, I think Super Over. Yeah, because
I
it's
am
ultimately
little.
a game of bat and ball and not just luck.
Yeah, a little more for. You mentioned football. They had the penalty rule. I'm not sure about it. I don't see a lot of football games. Do they have the penalty? No, first draw and they have the penalty straight away. Is it the rule?
No, no, no. After half time, like sometimes
Yeah,
extra time is given.
there's
Yeah,
extra time of 30
that's
minutes,
extra time.
15, and
And
then
then
the penalty shootout.
ultimately,
And even if draw, then I think it's that sudden death that whoever misses first is
Yeah.
losing that game.
okay, that's hard. Sudden death will be really hard. But penalty, I'm really good fan of. The only point that I find really hard to understand in football is the wicket keeper, the goalkeeper actually finds himself under a bit of pressure because he is now the guy who will actually make you win or lose the game if it comes down to penalty.
But I think the reverse way because the one who is striking, he'll be also under equally amount pressure because he knows that it is the easy way to score a goal, and if he doesn't score, then his team will be under pressure
Bowl
because it
out,
is because
bowl out
getting a
means
goal in penalty is more what to say uh,
bowl
expected.
out
So the
means
goalkeeper,
I think interesting as who I mentioned, interesting and funny, but super over is something that always which batters are you going after the three batters that have you selected for the super six balls and bowler you are putting pressure on that guy. Can he take the pressure off? Can you play six balls? Sometimes what happens that teams generally try to get after the deliveries from the start and then lose three wickets and can't actually play the whole super over. That also is one of those ru- rules actually that excuse me, that's one of those rules that actually becomes crucial at the point of time. So yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind on.
Do we have any comment? I think Tamodeep was mentioned one comment, I guess. Or no,
okay,
is
when
it
Dubai
Dubai?
Kamakar, I think we are now shifting to football. So in Copa
Uh,
League after 90 minutes, penalty happens.
Yeah,
There's
at
no
the
extra
moment we do
time.
not have a lot of guys, a lot of specialists in football, to be honest.
So
see,
yeah,
The
we have
point is,
to like
I am one of those
forgive
guys.
us for our
I'm
football
one of
knowledge.
those guys who only knows about football. There's one ball that needs to be kicked all the time, and I know there's one of those corner things. That's the only thing I know. I know there are
Yeah, now that the talk has come up, I would like to ask all three of you, what are the sports apart from cricket you guys like to follow or, I mean, used to watch and all those things?
Lawn
Ritik,
tennis.
Lawn
Lawn
I
tennis.
think Ritik,
tennis for sure.
yeah, Ritik
yeah.
and me follow tennis a lot. Abhishek also follows tennis, I
I
think.
love. I play tennis also, lawn tennis. So yeah, this is
Yeah,
the I like playing
tennis.
more than watching. So yeah, because it's good for exercise and everything. So yeah,
And so that
Yes.
point of tennis has come up. The US Open just ended.
Yeah, just ended. Brilliant.
Yeah, and
It was brilliant to see, exciting, all the kind of charged up environment. It's
And it was even more spicier. It got more spicier when Carlos and Novak they were eliminated. I would say.
eliminated
yeah,
Nova.
yeah, they lost in the second and third round, I think. Novak
Yeah.
lost to Popperin, Carlos lost to Jack Sculp, as far as I remember.
Okay, so
Yeah.
from the audience, any tennis fans out here? I would
yeah.
like to know.
Dubai Karma
Yeah,
Karma.
he's
Okay.
yeah. We can have some
Do
this
you
sort of
love
chats. I
racing?
think now that there's
F1
not a lot of
racing?
match.
Anyone loves the
No,
F1 racing?
lots of matches are coming up now. So we lost the time actually because
Yeah.
next week
Okay,
Rajasthan and
Bubai, who's your favorite among the big three? Roger, Rafa, and
Also, I think
Novak.
maybe tonight Neeraj Chopra is having the Diamond League final. I'm not sure
Yeah,
tonight or
maybe.
tomorrow.
Maybe. I think it's tonight actually, is it? Or tomorrow night.
Let me check.
Neeraj Chopra has just
Yeah,
changed the dynamics of
it's
javelin throw.
tonight at 11:52. So
Neeraj Chopra and
guys,
Arshad
just
Nadeem,
watch
both.
out for our golden boy yet again, Neeraj Chopra.
Roger Federer, yeah, absolutely. When it comes to that sports, Roger Federer is one of the sports I always look up to, man.
And
Roger
especially on grass courts. Grass courts, Roger is a champion for
in the
Yeah.
sure.
court,
Yes.
only the goat comes back and
In
eats
grass
the
courts,
grass.
Roger is the champion. In clay courts, Nadal is the champion.
Rafa, clay court Rafa, for sure.
Clay
Novak
court
is also
Rafa, undoubtedly.
is what to say.
14 Roland Garros titles. I mean, that itself speaks volumes.
Yeah. If I
But
talk about
I like
all three, a more balanced player would be Novak for sure. All
Novak.
three
Yeah.
surfaces.
See, Novak, what stands out for Novak is his mentality, I think. He can come
Yeah.
make a comeback from any situation.
True,
And
true.
also, Novak is not understand. Audience boo him a lot during matches. So I
Yeah,
think that
I
reason.
think he enjoys when audiences boo him. I remember the
But why?
2019 final, that Wimbledon crowd just kept booing him relentlessly. It was just like that Steve Smith atmosphere, Edgbaston 2019
But
first
why?
Ashes
What
Test.
has he done? That's what I not don't get. Steve Smith, I understand. He has a
I think the
that
English crowd just hates
sandpaper.
him to the core.
No, I think there's more to that. I think I've read somewhere or maybe I heard somewhere. I'm not sure, but there's I think Serbia maybe they have not had a
Okay,
great history with England.
okay,
Maybe something of that
okay.
sort.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not very aware of that. Maybe there might be some political background to that thing.
Also, I think Novak is not among the most humble of guys. I mean, if you see Roger, he has that sort of very calm
No,
demeanor.
no, no, no,
I
no.
would say
Novak is very humble. I've
no,
seen interviews
as
and all
in
those things.
but
So he's very
Roger actually
humble.
sometimes goes out of his way, and I think he's more supportive. As far as I've seen, Novak is that more competitive sort of a guy, and in
Yeah.
that terms, I'm not saying that he's arrogant or something like that, but yeah, Roger is. I mean,
In fact,
if you
Novak is the one
I,
who is the
I,
most
yeah,
I think
funniest of all.
Novak has that Virat Kohli kind of attitude.
No, no, no. If you see his videos with Sharapova, he's very funny. He dresses like a girl and all those things in interviews.
no,
I've
all
seen his
those, but when
interviews.
he's out on the court, he's just competitive.
So
Or
out on the
maybe
court,
you can
everybody
say in
should be
football like
competitive, right?
Ronaldo sort of character.
No, but Roger, I would say, I mean, you will see often complimenting his opponent, supporting. So these
Also,
kind of things
also I
stand out.
think
Yeah.
yeah, there was an India Pakistan match in hockey today afternoon where India defeated
When was the last
Pakistan.
Yeah.
time? When was the last time Pakistan beat India in a hockey? It was
It was
2012. When was
Well,
the last time? 12 or 11,
Okay,
I think.
Bubai is
Last
having
time.
some good chat with tennis. Bubai seems to be a big tennis fan, I'm sure.
Roger Federer was in Nadal battle, always interesting, legendary, but Novak is also great. He has monster mentality. Yeah, that's what we are saying. Very competitive in his sport.
Pakistan was very great.
Roger and Nadal battle. I
Used to
remember
be
the
a great
2008
team
Wimbledon
in
final
hockey.
when Nadal broke Roger's streak of winning
Mm.
5 straight titles. I think that match went on till almost darkness, and finally Nadal. And that was only one of Nadal's 2 Wimbledon titles, as far as I remember,
Coming to hockey,
2008 or
coming to
something.
hockey, before the 1980s, it was always India and Pakistan who used to win gold at
Yeah.
Olympics. So, but after that, they changed to grass courts, and I think India lost
This
the
is a
track.
funny comment. What do you expect from a joker? The joker.
No, 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 no. Then the same question thing can go to Virat Kohli also, that he's aggressive on field, but outside the ground he's so humble. So you cannot in the field you have to be aggressive. So I at least I believe that.
I think that's some difference in thoughts. Maybe some will agree, some
Yeah.
will not. So that's debatable, I would say.
For
Yeah.
the last 5 minutes, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I just only understand a few
So
rules of the game, and I watch the game. That's it. I don't know anyone. I understand Novak and Roger. That's it. I don't know about who is the Joker guy, whatever he said.
yeah, I think
No,
Dubai
no,
has
that's
also told
that is actually Novak Djokovic is also known as Joker. So that's another name
Okay,
for him.
Joker.
Yeah, his
Okay.
Instagram handle is the Joker Noel.
Yeah, that's why.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hockey
So
Nation owned the World Cup most times, but their level has decreased a lot in recent. I was really surprised today. I thought India actually played underwhelmed. India wasn't really overwhelmed with the conditions. To be honest, they didn't play the way I expected today to play. Pakistan make it great. Some of the goals I think they owned by 2-1 India, and I expected that one goal wouldn't happen for Pakistan. I was really surprised that I think last time they owned Pakistan, I think Sandeep Paji was there in the team for Indian team. He was the captain perhaps. So I'm not really sure about it. I think I saw one of those records where it said that last time Pakistan beat was about a decade ago when they beat India in a hockey game. That's something. You guys watch golf or something? Racing, F1 races or golf? Someone
No,
enjoys?
no,
Not
no.
me.
No.
Not me.
Golf I only watched in the Olympics, I think.
In golf, I know only one name, that is Tiger Woods.
That's everyone. Oh well.
You know the two girls who played in the Olympics, Aditya Ashok and I think Diksha Dagar.
Diksha Dagar, yeah, Diksha Dagar. I saw. I don't follow a lot of games because I saw so many cricket games. I saw so many cricket games across the world, so I don't get much time to watch these follow games.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever Roger is playing, I would surely follow that game, no matter what happens. Whenever Tiger Hood is playing, I'm surely following him. Michael Schumacher used to play, I used to follow him in the F1 races. So there's quite a few names. Whenever Messi is playing, I always follow, no matter how much deep
So
in night.
so you are after the top guys in each sport. I have to
I
say.
know. So you're saying LM10 is better than CR7. So you're saying LM10 is better than CR7. Is he saying that? Uh, You think, can you hear me out? I think he went for the toss.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Shubhadeep. I think
Yeah. Are you saying LM10 is better than CR7?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you are after the top guys. Whenever
No,
I
I
actually
think
can't comment. I'm not in that
I
position because I'm not a very big football fan. So yeah.
you said you are after a top guy. I picked LM10. So if
No,
he's the
no.
top
When
guy,
I mean top, I mean the top few guys. I'm not saying absolutely hashtag one. Yeah.
uh, that is one of those guys because my whole family is a huge fan of CR7, and there's two guys, me and my elder brother, who are a fan of LM10. And you can expect when there are two guys, played one of those games, how rivalry becomes. My dad stopped talking with me during those 90 minutes because he's a fan of CR7. I am a fan. So he stops talking with me during those 190 minutes. So that's the thing. Well, we
Okay.
haven't got any comments. We can wrap it up. I think time to wrap it up. Shoptoshi.
Okay, guys. So last maybe couple of minutes. Let's wait 2-3 minutes more, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
We have just tried to somehow continue our chat with some other sports, tennis, football, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dubai started it with football and tennis.
Yeah,
Yeah, it started with Copa America.
yeah.
Yeah, we can stay for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and then we can, yeah, call it a day.
We
Yeah,
can
no
go over.
comments, no new comments as of now, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
guys. So please let us know if there's anything on your mind. Couple of minutes more, and then we will wrap it up.
Mm,
Also, yeah, one thing I would like to add, and not regarding any cricket topic, but a big shout out to our audience. So we have recently just completed 170 subscribers, and thank you
Wow.
everyone. I think we have seen some
Wow.
good growth in the last couple of days. I still remember it was I think 160 or 161 around, and we have now 170. And very looking forward to reaching 200 very soon with your support. And please keep
and
supporting,
not just
guys.
200, 1K, then 2K, then 3K.
Yeah,
So, yes, uh,
Hopefully by Puja, we should be there in 200. Hopefully by
yeah,
Christmas,
and
we
by the
should
end,
be
end
around
of the
500.
year, yeah, by the end of the year.
By the end of the year, should be there. Hopefully,
okay, so
fingers crossed.
no comments yet, so time to
I
wrap
think
up.
pretty good time. Wrap up.
Yeah,
Okay, then I guess it's
Okay,
time to wrap up.
so I think time to wrap up. Please, again, when we join back, join us, and hopefully during the India Bangladesh series, we will try to make more and more videos. Also, a lot of cricket, as Ritik said,
obviously.
coming up
So that's
soon.
been the trend currently
So
that whenever matches
Yeah.
are there, we are getting views and, yeah, and more people are
Yeah, yeah,
interested.
yeah.
yeah, and also, I mean, we will now try to make shorts on stories. Also, I think on the birthdays of some big cricketers, some popular stories related to them, we will try to make, like Rashid Khan's birthday is coming up, Chris Gale's
Yeah.
birthday, I think, is coming up. So we will make videos related to these guys on their respective birthdays, and all three or four of us would work on that. So please keep watching those shorts, keep sharing those small stories with more and more cricket loving audience, and please help us in growing our family more and more so that we can have some real fun, to be honest. I think that's it on a Saturday night. Maybe again in a
Next
couple
week.
of days' time or so, we will just put up a post and come to the live.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think good night.
Good night,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
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 Yeah.